Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk. My name is Rohan, and I'm really happy to be here with you today. We are going to talk about something that many people struggle with. The topic is procrastination and how we can deal with it every day.
Hi, everyone. This is Sonika, and I'm really excited for today's talk. Procrastination is a problem I have also faced many times in my life. It stops us from doing important things at the right time, but we can learn to manage it and become more productive slowly.
That's true, Sonika. I have delayed my work many times too. Sometimes I know what I need to do, but I still avoid doing it. I keep thinking I will do it later, but later never really comes. Then I feel stressed, guilty, and regret wasting all that time.
Yes, Rohan, that happens with many people, especially students. They know they should study, but they start scrolling on phones. Or they think they will do it tomorrow, but tomorrow repeats again. Procrastination becomes a habit that is hard to break after time.
I think one of the main reasons we procrastinate is fear. We feel afraid of failing, so we avoid starting the task. Sometimes we want everything to be perfect from the start. This pressure makes us wait and do nothing instead of trying.
You are right, Rohan. Fear of failure can stop us from acting. We worry that the work will not be good enough in the end. Instead of doing our best, we choose to delay everything. But the truth is, doing something is better than doing nothing.
Exactly, Sonika. Starting is the hardest part for most people. Once we start, we often find the task is not so hard after all. But thinking too much before starting is what wastes our time. Our mind creates so many problems that may never even happen.
Yes, that's true. I remember when I had to write a long report. I kept thinking it would take too much time and be very hard. So I waited many days and kept myself busy with other things. But when I finally started, I finished it in just one afternoon.
That's a great example. We often make the task feel bigger. We think it will take forever, but it's not always like that. Our brain tries to protect us from hard work or stress. But in doing that, it also keeps us from growing and learning.
Yes, and I think distractions are also a big part of this issue. Our phones, social media, and other things pull us away easily. Even when we sit down to work, we keep checking our devices. This makes our focus weak, and we lose track of time quickly.
Distractions are powerful, especially now with technology. A simple message or video can waste 1 full hour or more. It's important to create a space where we can focus better. We need to turn off things that steal our time and attention.
That's a good point. I try to keep my phone away while working. I put it on silent mode or even in another room sometimes. This helps me stay focused and work faster without delay. Small steps like this can really improve how we use time.
I also use timers sometimes to help me stay on track. I set a 25-minute timer to work and then take a short break. This method is called the Pomodoro technique by some people. It helps break big tasks into small parts that feel easier to do.
Yes, I have tried that method too, and it really helps a lot. When we know there is a break coming, we can work better. It also keeps us from feeling tired or bored very quickly. We stay fresh and finish more without feeling overwhelmed.
Another thing that helps me is making a simple task list. When I write down what I need to do, I feel more organized. I cross off each task after finishing it, and it feels good. This small act gives me a sense of progress and success.
I agree. Lists give us direction and remind us of our goals. Without a list, we often forget what we plan to do. We waste time thinking what's next instead of doing it. A clear plan helps us avoid confusion and delay.
I think planning the night before also helps a lot. When we plan in advance, we wake up with a clear goal. We don't waste morning energy trying to decide tasks. It saves time and makes the day more productive overall.
That's true. I keep a small notebook to write down my plans. I write what I will do tomorrow and how much time it needs. Then I sleep with peace, knowing my day has direction. It gives me control over time instead of time controlling me.
One more trick I use is starting with the easiest task first. It builds my confidence and gets me into a working mood. Once I finish something small, I feel ready for bigger things. This way, I don't feel stuck thinking everything is too hard.
That's smart, Rohan. Doing one small thing gives us momentum. Even folding clothes or cleaning the desk can be the start. It wakes up our brain and tells it to keep going forward. Small wins lead to big progress when we stay consistent.
And I think we should be kind to ourselves during this process. Many people feel guilty and call themselves lazy for delaying. But being harsh doesn't help. It only makes us feel worse. We should accept we are learning and improving step by step.
That is a very important point, Rohan. Self-kindness helps us stay motivated and positive. We all have lazy moments, and that's perfectly okay. The key is to get back on track without blaming ourselves.
Sometimes we compare ourselves with others who seem more productive. We feel bad when we see people achieving so much every day. But we forget that everyone moves at their own pace in life. It's okay to go slow, as long as we keep moving forward each time.
That's true, Rohan. Social media shows only the good parts of life. People post their wins, not their struggles or lazy days. If we compare our full life to someone's highlight, we feel low. So it's better to focus on our journey and keep improving slowly.
I think another reason people procrastinate is because of unclear goals. If we don't know what we want, we don't know what to start with. It feels like standing at a crossroad without knowing the direction. We waste time thinking instead of taking small steps forward.
Yes, that's very true. Clarity gives us purpose and action. If I know why I need to study, I feel more motivated. When we have no reason, the work feels boring and useless. That's why setting small goals can help bring motivation to act.
Right? I used to set very big goals that scared me to start. Then I learned to break them into daily and weekly parts. Now I don't think about finishing everything at once anymore. I just focus on one simple task and finish it before the next.
That is a very good strategy, Rohan. I used to make long to-do lists that felt too heavy to look at. Now I choose only 3 important things to do each day. It feels simple and easy, and I get more work done that way.
Sometimes we procrastinate because the task is boring. We feel no interest, so we push it away again and again. But boring tasks still need to be done in our daily life. So I try to reward myself after finishing such things.
That's a clever idea. I do the same when I study long hours. After reading 2 chapters, I let myself watch a short video. It becomes a game of work and reward, which keeps it fun. It trains our mind to enjoy finishing tasks instead of avoiding them.
We can also change our environment to beat procrastination. Sometimes the room is messy or full of noise and distraction. Cleaning the desk or working in a quiet place helps a lot. It gives us a fresh feeling and makes it easier to concentrate.
I agree. When my space is clean, I feel ready to do my tasks. If there is noise or too many things around, I can't focus. Our environment plays a big role in our productivity level. Creating a good space helps us take the first step without delay.
I also think talking to a friend helps when we feel stuck. Sometimes, just sharing our feelings makes us feel lighter. A friend can remind us of our goals and push us forward. We should not keep everything inside when we feel unmotivated.
That's true. When I feel lazy, I call my best friend to talk. She listens without judging me and gives me kind advice. After talking to her, I feel ready to take action again. Support from others is really helpful when we feel stuck inside.
We must also learn to forgive ourselves for past delays. Thinking about lost time doesn't help us move ahead. What matters more is what we choose to do right now. Every new hour gives us a chance to begin again stronger.
Yes, I used to feel bad about wasting time in the past, too. But then I learned that regrets don't change anything at all. Now I look at each day as a fresh start to do my best. That positive thinking keeps me calm and focused all day.
Sometimes we think we need motivation to begin a task. But actually, action brings motivation, not the other way. When we do one small thing, we feel good and want more. So the key is to just begin, even when we don't feel ready.
Yes, many people wait for the perfect time or mood to begin, but that perfect time never really comes in real life. We should take imperfect action instead of waiting too long. Just doing something small can change how the whole day goes.
You know, Sonika, I recently read a book on procrastination. It said our brain chooses short-term comfort over long-term gain. That's why we choose watching videos over writing an assignment. We avoid the hard now and hope to feel better later somehow.
Yes, I've read about that too. It's called time inconsistency. We know the task will help our future, but we avoid it now. We must remind ourselves that future success needs today's effort. It helps if we think how good we will feel after it's done.
I also try to imagine the result before starting my work. Thinking of the finished task makes me feel excited and proud. That feeling pushes me to stop waiting and start right away. It's a mind trick that really works when I feel lazy or tired.
I do something similar. I imagine the stress I'll feel later. If I delay now, I'll be worried and under pressure tomorrow. That fear of last-minute panic helps me to start on time. It's better to do a little now than suffer a lot later.
One thing that also helped me was setting deadlines for myself. Even when no one is asking me, I create my own time limits. I write them down and mark them on a calendar or planner. It keeps me serious and adds a little pressure to take action.
That's smart, Rohan. I also set fake deadlines for myself now. I try to finish my tasks 2 days before the real due date. This gives me extra time in case something unexpected comes up. It also reduces the last-minute stress that used to make me panic.
Sometimes I tell my family or friends about my goals. When others know, I feel more responsible to finish my work. It's like I don't want to break the promise I made to them. Sharing our plans makes us more committed to doing them.
Yes, I do the same. I even send updates to my best friend. We both share our daily goals and cheer each other on. It creates a feeling of teamwork, even in personal work. That small support helps a lot when the task feels boring.
There are also some apps that block distractions like social media. I use them when I really need to stay focused for 1 hour. These apps stop me from checking messages or watching videos. It helps me stay in the zone and complete more in less time.
I've tried those apps too, and they really help sometimes. When I know I can't open Instagram, I focus more on studies. Technology can distract us, but it can also help us focus. We just have to use it in the right way at the right time.
One mistake I used to make was multitasking too much. I thought doing many things at once would save time, but it only made me more tired and confused by the end. Now I focus on one task at a time and finish it fully.
I completely agree with that. Multitasking always slowed me down. I used to write notes while texting or watching a show, but I never understood anything properly in that way. Now I work in short, focused blocks and then take real breaks.
That's the Pomodoro technique, right? Work for 25 minutes, then rest. I follow that sometimes when the task feels too big or boring. It gives me a timer to focus and a small break to relax. It's a nice way to build energy and avoid feeling burned out.
Yes, that method works really well for study sessions. Short breaks stop my brain from getting too tired or dull. After a break, I feel fresh and ready to continue again. It's better than studying for long hours with no pause at all.
I've also noticed that exercise helps reduce procrastination. A walk or some stretches give me new energy and ideas. When I sit all day, I feel sleepy and lazy after some time. Moving the body helps the brain to wake up and focus better.
That's a great point, Rohan. I do yoga in the morning. Even just 15 minutes makes me feel active and sharp. It's hard to start a day with focus if the body feels weak. A little physical movement really makes a big difference.
Sometimes, procrastination comes from fear of failure. We think, what if I try and still do badly in the task? That fear stops us from even starting the first step. We must accept that failing is also a part of learning.
Yes, fear of not being perfect can make us avoid doing things, but nobody does everything perfectly, especially at the start. Mistakes help us understand where we need to grow more. It's better to do something badly than not do it at all.
One trick I use is starting the task without pressure. I tell myself, I will just try this for 10 minutes now. Often, after 10 minutes, I get into the flow and keep going. It's the beginning that's hard. The rest becomes easy.
I've tried that too, and it really helps. When I don't feel like studying, I say, I'll just read one page. After that, I usually continue reading more without thinking. Starting small removes the fear of the task in our mind.
We should also remind ourselves why the task matters. When I feel lazy, I ask myself, why is this important? That one question brings me back to my goal and purpose. It makes me realize that each small action adds up over time.
Yes, knowing the why gives energy to do the what. When I remember I'm studying for my dream job, I feel driven. Even if the work is hard, I do it with more meaning. It turns boring tasks into steps towards something I love.
Sometimes we also need to change our mindset. If we keep saying, I'm lazy, we act lazy again and again. But if we say, I can do this, our actions start to change. Our thoughts shape how we feel and how we work daily.
That's a powerful point. I now speak kindly to myself. Even if I fail one day, I say, tomorrow will be better. Negative self-talk made me feel stuck for a long time. Now, positive words help me move forward with confidence.
Another thing I've learned is not to compare my speed with others. Some people finish tasks fast, and some need more time to focus. When I compare myself, I feel low and lose motivation to try. But now I focus only on my own growth and small improvements.
That's very true. I used to feel bad when others finished before me, but everyone has a different way and speed of working. We should celebrate our own efforts no matter how small they seem. Slow progress is still progress, and that matters the most.
Also, when we delay something, the guilt grows bigger each day. And that guilt makes it even harder to begin the task later. So it's better to just take action without waiting for perfect time. The longer we wait, the heavier the task starts to feel.
Yes, I have felt that guilt many times. Even small tasks became scary after a few days. Now I try to finish things quickly before that feeling grows. It gives me peace of mind and frees up my energy.
We must also accept that we will have lazy days sometimes. It's okay to take rest, but we should not let it turn into a habit. Rest with planning is good, but rest without limits becomes trouble. Balance is the key between relaxation and responsibility.
I agree. Earlier, I used to feel bad for taking breaks, but I realized breaks are not the problem. It's lack of control. Now I take short breaks and return to work with a plan. That helps me stay relaxed and also get things done.
One tip that helped me was to break big goals into small steps. When something looks too big, I feel lazy to even begin. But when I divide it into tiny tasks, it feels easy to start. Each step I finish gives me energy to do the next one. So that is all about today's topic. Thanks for watching the podcast. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any topic in your mind, then tell me in comment section. I will make video in it. Next time, thanks for being with me. I am so grateful to you, friends.